Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on Tomb of the Spider Queen in our first best of 3 of the evening. And if you're sitting at home wishing you could pet the dog, which absolutely you can, but you want to know how we got to Tomb of the Spider Queen, I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening is going to be Wood League. They lost the coin flip, something the Ghillie Sharks know much about. They banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Towers of Doom. The opposing team, Team Mana Frenzy, opted for map pick priority for game number 1, banning out Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire, and Tomb of the Spider Queen will be their map choice, giving first pick, first ban over to the opposing side, as we see a Deathwing immediately coming in. Also, really quickly, I saw as we were coming into this, I want a Resident Evil 5 soon. I agree. I will message you hopefully tonight if I remember, but I'll bug you soon. Yeah, the last chapter is the best one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Baja, I played for Colorado School of Mines and Testify. I loved your reactions to drafts. Decided I won't be able to cast this anymore. I mean, there are different leagues you can always join. But thank you, Zuzuball. Yeah, no, I love Heroes of the Storm. I'm not going anywhere. I like playing other games, which I will do here and there, but this is the jam. This is what I love doing. But yeah, and Flying Freak, you absolutely can pet Bandit. Sure. You enjoy it. I enjoyed your drafting. I enjoyed Zuzuball's drafting too. Yeah, those drafts were fun. Baphomet. Yes, thank you, Zurules. All right, so welcome everyone to chat. We are going to be here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tasks that are actually being banned out. This is probably one of the first times since the rework in a competitive scene that I've actually seen tasks that have any sort of value in the ban phase. I would expect... Ooh, I'm surprised by this. I'm surprised that they're actually not considering the Sylvanas here whatsoever. Her push potential in our current form, in our current game state, in our current meta, whatever you want to call it, is oppressive. And I wouldn't be too surprised if this was something that was snapped up immediately by these teams. They couldn't... we are kind of in the lower divisions as well. We're in C. We're kind of in the middle of the road for Nexus Gaming Series. When it comes to player skill level, and so maybe they might not have a Sylvanas player. That's definitely something that can exist in some of these different leagues and different divisions, as well as we do have ETC Janus. They're gonna go for a Wombo right there. They could look for an Ana to pair into that Jaina. The nano boost potential with her is really powerful. Her Biotic Grenade is a really good tool to be able to get the healing reduction onto enemy players, and so this is gonna be a Kael'thas, so it's good wave clear from the Joanna as well. It could look to get some extra damage. They could pick up their healer. Realistically, if they wanted to snap the Ana, that'd be really, really good for them. Someone in the draft chat is saying Asmo, and I'm just like, please? Like, if you want a double mage in a sense, by all means, like, you can Jaina Asmodan. You're just gonna have a lot of spell power in your team, and it's typically not something we go into here in a lot of these games. But getting into our next ban phase, we are going to be seeing both teams needing a healer, so I would expect that to be kind of the main focus during our ban phase here, is trying to get rid of things like Anduin, Stukov. Malfurion's actually really, really strong as well, because the cooldown reduction you can provide to abilities, as well as the mana return with the Invigorate, so I actually really like that ban coming out from Mana Frenzy. Also, Gravity Lapse with a root underneath it is kind of annoying to deal with, so I don't blame them for getting rid of that as well, because this is another one. Sylva's Gross, yeah, seriously, Zool. If you manage to catch the in-house league that McIntyre and I cast on Mondays over on the Heroes Hub channel at 6 PDT, if you're wondering the time, those games, like, the Sylvanas priority was probably first pick, first ban material every single game. There was a couple where maybe she went through, like, there was like a Joanna first pick, but then the opposing side just grabbed that Sylvanas. It was like, cool, I got this, and now they just siege in. Like, there's a really good example of Sylvanas's aggression and a really good draft overall that kind of has, like, a lot of good control on their end, is the Sky Temple game last night. So if you do want to go watch one game, I highly recommend that. That Sky Temple game was really, really good, and it's a good example of how oppressive the Sylvanas can be. Alexstrasza and Lunar, though, will be grabbed on the right-hand side. ETC Jaina, Alexstrasza, Lunar. So they got some good damage, some good sustained chase. They've got control on their end as well. So they're kind of rounding they're kind of checking all their boxes, if you will, on the side of Team Mana Frenzy. They've got a lot of good tools. They've got engage, disengage, as well as just something to kind of also slow down the fight, or maybe even speed up the fight in their favor. You know, ETC kind of power sliding in and being aggressive, Jaina slowing things down herself, Lunar being able to sustain chase in there, and Alexstrasza being able to kind of change the aggression level with that Dragon Queen form. So I really like the draft so far from Team Mana Frenzy, but this Artanis Ana on the left-hand side, I really like. Biotic Grenade into Alexstrasza is insanely strong. I want to really, really talk about this fact for a second. Dahaka gets some value here. This isn't his best map in my opinion. Something like a Leorc might have paired a little bit better in there, but it does give you some good 1v1 melee into that Artanis, and really gives you really good wave clear. But what I want to talk about is is the Alexstrasza healing circle at this point. So anytime she throws down that healing circle, Ana's going to be looking to throw a body grenade onto those heroes who group up for that. Kael'thas also gets a lot of value in these moments because he's able to throw a flame strike. If you go into Ignite at level 16, if I'm not mistaken it is, you really can get a whole lot of devastating value with that right there because of the fact that, you know, people are going to want to or need to group up on those points from Alexstrasza. But we're going to load on into game number 1, and we'll see what happens here for Tomb of Spider Queen. I could be completely wrong. She could miss every single one of those biotic grenades, and Alexstrasza could just play some cheeky circles behind the gates or something. We'll have to see, but overall, the most interesting picks from both these sides are the Artanis and the Dahaka. Those are the two things that I'm really kind of interested the most in when it comes to this draft. Mike, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. I saw you preaching the world of Ragu. Ghost Dunk, how you doing, bud? Overall volume is low. I worried. Wait, what? Overall volume is low? That shouldn't be, like, I'm literally hitting -8 decibel on my mic right now. I don't know what to tell you on that one there, bud. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Wood League. We're going to be seeing Kavalar on the Kael'thas. Cyan, not Cayenne. Cyan is going to be on the Joanna Love. Josh on the Raynor. Droop is going to be on the Ana, and Emtino, I believe it is going to be on the Artanis. On the right-hand side, we're going to be having the members of Team Mana Frenzy. We're going to be seeing Defiant Angel on the Alexstrasza. Kelvs is going to be on the Lunara. Ragu is going to be on the ETC. Tired Lemon will be on the Jaina, and all the way in the bottom, AFK is going to be Cherok on the Dahaka. Let's go ahead and get into mid lane and check out our level 1s, see what our first engagement is going to be looking like right now. Your mic volume is fine. The game volume is fine, but I think some master volume somewhere must be turned down. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense to me. What? I'm so confused by that statement. Because wait, if everything's fine, what's low? That's what I'm confused about. Okay, I think we figured it out. Okay, all right. Twitch, okay, yeah, Twitch, okay, Twitch. We figured it out, team, because I was like so confused. I was like, no, like game is peaking like just below -10 decibel. I'm peaking just around like -8. Like we haven't changed anything unless Windows took over, but I double checked that before stream. Anyways, okay, we're good. Thank you though. Volume on Twitch was showing, and then I moved it back and forth. Yeah, Chrome or whatever browser you're using bugged out on you a little bit right there. Welcome back, Bandit. He wasn't sure about the draft overall, so he left during the draft analysis phase, and I don't blame him whatsoever. There's a lot of information there. He sometimes gets a little nervous when it comes to breaking down the draft. Cherok in this bottom lane, just kind of hanging out. Also, Kael'thas has global voice lines, if you didn't know, so that was that laugh that you just heard. Either way, we are going to be seeing the Kael'thas with the Mana Addict at level 1, so I'm going to be picking up as many of those regeneration globes as possible. They do have that uncapped as well, so when they hit the 20, they're going to be able to get the Arcane Barrier that's an activatable every 45 seconds? No, yeah, every 45 seconds. And it uses their total mana pool, so the fact that it's uncapped and you can build it up by 15 every single regeneration globe, if I'm not mistaken, yes. And so you can just keep building that up and up and up. I mean, I've seen Kael'thas at plus 50, and they have this ridiculous 1,000 plus mana pool that they hit their 1 key or whatever key they have the ability on, and they're just absolutely fine because they just have this gigantic barrier that's going to eat so much damage. 4-3 when it comes to levels. Dahaka playing, I'd say like just freezing this bottom lane a little bit, not playing too aggressive into the Artanis. They're gonna lose a little bit of tower damage, but it's not a whole lot. I mean, what are we looking at right now? 500 off of that, maybe? Nothing major. Bandit disappointed in Sylvanas' priority, nod. I agree. Wood League already looking really strong. Wood League actually was doing some really good rotations from the beginning. I mean, Kael'thas already halfway through the Mana Addict stacking. They haven't really given, like, there hasn't been any major sort of fight, but this is another thing that I want to point out right now, is just the split off from a couple members. They're denying the enemy team turn-in, they're still getting their soak, they're still getting their stacks for Kavalar, but they managed to get themselves a camp for mid lane. That's a really good camp time, that's really good synergy coming out from Woodley. Gravity Lapse will miss right there. Ragu's gonna be able to power slide away. Gonna get themselves some armor, but a little bit low right there when it comes to their health pool. Alexstrasza throwing out that healing circle on the ground, and I just want to peek into bottom lane as it looks like Helves did rotate down. Mtano getting a little bit low right there. I actually didn't see the entire engagement, but overall, I looked and I was like, wow, they've got no health. Swap onto Cherak, but ooh, wait, Sleep Dart will connect, but I think this is just a disengage. This Artanis is just a little too low, and this is also going to be mid lane still being worked on by the members of Mana Frenzy, or Team Mana Frenzy, excuse me, as Ragu is a little bit low. Raynor giving them the pepper, but they don't want to step into range of those towers as they do have that armor reduction as well as the increased damage on them now, and they're just so oppressive. They actually have a tongue drag onto this Artana, excuse me. Lunara trying to throw in some sustained damage as they actually chase in onto this. Do they get onto the point in time? They actually do have this held over for now. Dahaka did use Burrow for a second right there, so they won't have that up for the next 16 seconds or so. Mtano getting chased by Kelvs. I think they should be able to make it back. The tower range will be, yeah, I was gonna say, wait, but can they get a swap? I was about to say, if they can get a swap, that would have been huge. That Lunara might have not lived through all that tower damage, especially because the towers and keeps reduce your armor by 10 up to 40, whereas the front towers are in your gate are only going to reduce it by 5 up to 40. So it's just a little bit slower on that tick when it comes to the front gate siege. Either way, power slide from ETC going to disrupt a little bit right now as Cyan is doing their best just to push back. Swap comes out from the Artanis onto Kelvs, but really not in a bad spot. ETC actually ends up going down the left side of our engagement. Kelvs actually ends up going down. I thought they were actually in a great spot and they were fine to get out of there, but not the case whatsoever as Dahaka trying to get this camp but getting very low, 200 and some health, needs to back off as we are having Josh with the turn in. Not enough for Web Weavers. Wonder if they're waiting till 10 to have like the 10 advantage plus Web Weavers. We can actually cycle through some of the other numbers. It's 8 to 7 in levels. We just got these 7s. I actually just realized I already pushed the button. Can I cancel it? Yeah, let me cancel it really quickly, and let's look at the 7s as they come in. That way everyone can see them. I thought we were a little bit further in our experience before I pushed that. But here is going to be the blue Web Weavers descending in favor for Wood League. Team Mana Frenzy. Doing some decent damage into Josh right there. Nice Sleep Dart coming out from Droopy. Connecting onto 3, Gravity Lapse will go out onto 1. This is a lot of damage onto Tired Lemon, who's going to be able to cycle back around the gate, get to the far side to be able to help clear out with the friendly Tivas. Oh my god, I almost thought the ETC was about to go down right there. Defiant Angel going to take a little bit of damage from the Flame Strike as they continue to siege in through top lane. Artana's going to be pushing out mid, and Dahaka's managing bottom. Healing Circle from Alexstrasza going to be further back, because that's what we were talking about in the draft a little bit. The healing circles from Alexstrasza need to be a little bit further back. You can't play it so aggressive because of the fact that you're just going to be having a Biotic Grenade constantly thrown on you in those moments. Cyan is going to be taking a little bit of damage, but they step forward and they still find the kill, and Web Weaver gets the front gate of top lane, but I think that's just about as much as you get because of, well, the clear into the actual objective phase. They're going to speed into bottom lane, excuse me, into mid lane, and try and get a little bit of value here. This Web Weaver still sitting fairly healthy. I mean, it's in the lower third, but it's still like fairly healthy for the siege into this tower. Should be able to get it. You have the big purple wave coming out from them. Bottom lane already cleared out, and now, as I promised, let's go ahead and cycle through those numbers and get an idea of what those look like, because we haven't looked at the damage experience healing just yet for either of these teams, but it's a solid level and then some in favor for the members of Wood League, as they do have 10 talent here, and they're looking to just pressure a wave into top and then just continue to go into rotations. I just want to check really quickly for anyone wondering. 27 stacks on the Kael'thas currently. Whew. We're like 7 minutes into this game, and they have 27 regeneration globes. That's how many they've picked up. Blessed Shield, Nano Boost going to be coming out. Gravity Lapse won't connect onto anyone. Healing Circle from Defiant Angel going to be in the lower part of this fight. That's going to be a Pyroblast onto Kelvs, who manages to live through all of that. That Nano Boost Pyroblast, maybe they didn't get the Nano Boost on the Pyroblast. Healing Circle from Alexstrasza will be there, but it won't be enough. They do have the Living Bomb on them, but it doesn't get the kill. They just lose their ETC. Playing a little too aggressive right there, but this looks like Wood League should be able to go for another turn-in. This would be just about back-to-back turn-ins in their favor. We have Artanis going down into bottom lane to still manage this out and make sure that Cherik doesn't get too much value into this when they're left alone. He's getting some... I'm not a fan of Artanis on this map, but Mtano's rotations are really good. He's getting some amazing experience for the team. Let me actually... I didn't look at the experience thing because I think there was a fight happening right when that was up, so let me go ahead and pull that up. I know it's gonna... Oh, I'm breaking things. Okay. Hold on. Let me fix things. So experience-wise, Artanis with 5.6k. But look at this Kael'thas not too far behind. I mean, the Kael'thas who has 27 regeneration globes is just like 300 behind this Artanis. And that, like, even then, like, a solo laner to basically still be the most, they're doing a really good job of just picking up the missing soak in some of these siege moments. And Paradox makes a very good point of that, is like, a lot of teams will fall behind in experience, but they can also jump ahead in experience when you have moments like this, where you have a strong core 4 sieging and you just let your solo laner do solo. If you let your solo lane PvE, like, let them just do the thing that they kind of do, in some cases, not always. And they just rotate around, get experience, and they're not really looking, like, this fight right here, like, I don't think either of them really, like, maybe Imtano actually defiantly wins this, because I was watching their house slowly fall down. They do have a Web Weaver coming in with them, but it's going to be 13 talent here on this left-hand side. Mid lane does have a camp, kind of slowing that down right there, and this top lane is getting pushed up as the tower damage is going to be coming out. That's going to be a Lifebinder from Define Angel onto Ragu. Yeah, Cab Butt has been playing Butt KT, tons of Butt, and great rotations. Exactly not Paradox. I couldn't have said it better myself. Gravity Labs comes out, Ring of Frost will be out from the Jaina. Ooh, Stage Dive from the ETC, but this is defensive as they actually go further down the lane, or I guess up the lane, if you will. But now, with the red Web Weavers ending, they're going to go ahead and get a turn-in on of their own on the side of Wood League. And if we're actually looking at the amount of gems that they're currently carrying, if caster math serves me right, if they make good rotations during this objective phase, they can have another Web Weaver right after this. And with the 13 talent tier, I think they could look to actually, oh, this is, yeah, they're going to split into lanes, and they're going to make sure that they have enough gems coming up after this Web Weaver phase. So this is kind of like, this is the pre-party, if you will. They're getting the waves managed, they're going to push in these Web Weavers, they're going to get some decent siege with this. It's not like they're just going to give it up by any means, but they still just manage the lanes, let the Web Weavers descend further down the lane, because they'll descend as far up as the enemy minion wave is, rather than on Garden of Terror, where it descends as far up as your minion wave. That's going to be a flank from Dahaka, but they burrow. I don't know if they have Essence on them right now. Cherrick tries to make it out. They do not. I wonder if just the burrow was faster than rotation. Jaina's still in bottom lane, as the Web Weaver will be coming in through top lane. Ryan's going to be able to get trying to use a Condemn to pull them in right there, just through the far side of that gate, because there weren't any really towers to target onto them. But now Power Slide from ETC, no mosh pit, so they just Power Slide in, they're gonna walk out. Ooh, that's a huge swap from Artanis. Define Angel can throw the Lifebinder, doesn't manage to get it in time. Stage dive from the ETC. Now see, that would have been a good moment, as I learned from Not Paradox streams. You stage dive in, and then you use your Power Slide. So you stage dive kind of towards the back of this group and Power Slide through them, instead of Power Sliding in and then walking away. Anyways, it's just little things like that. Like, you can get so much value. As the Ring of Frost from Tired Lemon is going to be good. That's going to be a lot of good damage. Pyroblast will be onto them. They don't have the Ice Block, but it shouldn't be enough to get the kill. They actually take a significant amount of damage, as this will be 15 to 13 in levels. Web Weavers have ended, but as I said beforehand, they're very, very close. Well, I was claiming they'd get it, but they're very, very close. They can get this bottom lane wave, and they can get this mid lane, and they'll easily be able to get a third Web Weaver phase in their favor. Could we just say booty, 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 rocking everywhere? Exactly, Sheer. Exactly. Also, by the way, if you're not looking into Paradox's Here's the Storm content, I don't know what you're doing with your free time, because I'm not always streaming, so you gotta be watching something else. Why not make it Not Paradox? Anyways, bottom lane clear coming in, 16 talent tier advantage in favor for the members of Wood League as they find themselves another Web Weaver phase. Oh, Cherrick, do you get out of here? Blessed Shield comes through. There's a burrow into the ground. The Essence was used as well, but there was a Biotic Grenade, and that's why you're seeing so little value from said Essence. They do manage to live through that, though. Alex Strauss has got a little healing from them, as they do have the Web Weavers ascending. Realizing that top and mid lane are a little bit harder of a siege, they're going to go for the bottom lane, as this is going to be the fort. And it also opens up the map for them a little bit further. They can play more aggressive in the lanes. The retreat path for the enemy team is going to be way further back, so just opening up the map in this way. It's a little bit of a slower play, but you do have just more slow control, if that makes sense. Like, you can just play the map more aggressive as the game progresses, and, well, this is exactly what we're going to be seeing. Lifebinder coming out from the Alex Straza won't get the tick in time. Swap from Artanis will be good. They're actually going to be targeted by the towers, and that's going to be a follow-up Gravity Lapse from Kael'thas. 180 some health, as that will be Kael'thas finding the last little bit of damage onto Dahaka. Hyperion coming in through the bottom lane, and now they're going to open things up even further, and they're looking for a potential keep here. The one thing they need to be wary of, obviously, is you know, accidentally hitting one of the enemy heroes, maybe with a Condemn, maybe with a Pyroblast. Maybe with a Blessed Shield. Nah, it doesn't look like Janna really cares. She's going to tank negative 40 armor, cycle back with half her health, and they find no swap onto Defiant Angel, but they're moving in through bottom lane. And I'll say this, like, my theory, well, you know what? I don't want to count my chickens too soon. Ring of Frost comes out from the Jaina, does connect onto the Rainer. Tired Lemon trying to get the burst that they need to force back this enemy team as the Web Weaver phase does end. And I was about to say, you know, like I was gonna say, oh, it's all tried and true. You know, it's either 12 to 13 minutes or, you know, 25-minute Web Weaver games or Tomb of the Spider Queen games. But we might not see that. This game might go another like 5 to 10 minutes depending on how the next engagements go. Oh, that was a big burst on ETC. That's a rough go. So this is going to be camp pressure in through mid, camp pressure in through bottom with the Artanis, and we are looking... Jarek going to be stepping in here for an invade? No, they won't be able to. They're not going to take it. They're waiting for ETC to come back in 15 seconds. Phoenix Rising Hots, thank you for the follow as well as the host. Much appreciated, my friends. Blessed Shield, swap from Artanis. This is going to be the blow up onto Jaina. She existed and then into oblivion she went. Dude got poofed. Seriously, like this composition, like M to know on this Artanis, I gotta say, like, I mean, Paradox was giving compliments about, you know, still soaking and getting the experience of the friendly team and all that stuff. Like, they're making these swaps, they're making plays. This is some good Artanis play. I mean, and I don't want to take anything away from the rest of the team. Like, Cavalar's had some insane burst on this Kael'thas. They've had some really good damage from the Rainer as well. On the opposing side, actually, Lunara, on the team that is losing these team fights, Lunara has 43,000 heroic damage. This is the highest in the game currently. The opposing side, Rainer, is 13,000 less than her. Just consider that for a second. Wild. Loss was grabbed in top lane. No Web Weavers to be paired with this as they need another 25 gems on the side of Wood League. But they're looking for a third keep here. And this will just be consistent catapults. It's not like we're on Alterac Pass or anything like that where, you know, you're going to get armor reduction on the core or anything like that. This is just more siege pressure, more value for your team. As Stage Dive comes in from the ETC, they're listening to our stream as they get the Pyroblast. Really weird summoning for that one right there, but either way, there's going to be a Nano Boost on the Kevlar, and I think that Pyroblast really got the big burst they needed with the amplified damage coming out. Raggloot trying to make their way out of here as they do not... Okay, no, they do have the Face Melt to push them back. We are going to be seeing a Blind coming out from the Artanis, Hyperion coming in. That's going to be a Tongue Drag from Jarek from the Dahaka. The Alex Strauss does go down. Leaping strikes from Lunara onto Josh trying to find the 1v1 kill, but the heals from the Ana are a little too good, and Rainer says, you know what? I'm just going to penetrating around that and end the game. The game number 1 goes over to Wood League. GG. Well played. Woo! A good game 1. A strong game 1 for the members of Wood League, though. Let's be blunt. I'm sorry, I'm seeing chat messages for things. Let me go ahead and ping teams and see what they want to do. Peepo Pizza, what's up, Clumsy? How you doing, bud? The first day the first day casting back on my computer is always weird for some reason. Noob, I see you redeeming those pets. I'll get those in just a second. Once we get the map and everything going, I'll start getting players in and we'll do that. I just want to show, I'll show stats for until then. How is chat doing tonight, That Sharky's so good. Don't forget, we do have another best of 3 after this one. It's going to be coming up at 7:30. Dear Lord. Well, we'll pull replays or something. I don't know what we'll do if we have if this is a quick like 2-0. We'll figure something out. I don't know. I hope it goes to a game 3 personally. But that's me always. I always want a game 3. Like, I always want game 3s. All right, cool. All right, I know what the map is going to be, so let me update some stuff, and then we'll get those bandit pets in for all of you. Okay, so we have this from them, and that as the losing team. That's set up there. Let's get one team in here. Team 2. All right, let's get some bandit pets going. 2 O's in casting always feel awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I get it. Hi, bud. Fix this camera. There you go. Yeah. You don't need your neck anymore. Okay. You need another question, don't you? Gross. Oh, you good boy. Yes, you good boy. Okay. Everything about the fact that Gucci and Gucci are pronounced the same. What do we call those in the English language? Homonyms? Right? No. Homophones, right? Sound the same, spelled differently? Homonyms are spelled same, different definition? We're going back to like senior year of high school English right now. Maybe junior. I think it's senior. I can't remember. All right, we got last player in here. Let's get the other team in, and then we'll get going here into game number 2. All right, we're just getting players into lobby, and then we'll find out what happens for this next game. Worst case scenario, I'll bug the ghillie sharks or something. Or I'll look at our community casting docket and see if there's anything that was submitted that we can run through. Excuse me. My Cinco de Mayo tacos were delicious. Hamana Hamana. Exactly, Zorals. Exactly. Best dog. He's so good, Belgrave. He's so good. Alright. All of this is all set. Cool. We're literally all set. How did Kel get on the other team? I have no idea. Yeah, no, I made tacos for dinner today because it's Cinco de Mayo. Sorry, I gotta fix Bandit Cam so you can actually see him. He's like half on his bed, like, why are you sitting like that tonight? Huh? What's up? Huh? You cute? All right, let's go ahead and get on into game number 2 here, and we will find ourselves on Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrine. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on map number 2 on Infernal Shrines, and if you're sitting at home eating delicious tacos or just eating dinner in general, and you're like, wait a minute, how do we get to Shrines? I got you covered. Home team this evening is going to be the members of Wood League. They lost the initial coin flip for the first map, excuse me, for the first game. So Battlefield and Towers of Doom were banned up by them. Map pick priority was chosen by the members of Team Mana Frenzy for game 1. They banned out Braxis and Dragonshire. Tomb was chosen by the members of Team Mana Frenzy. They lost that. As the losing team, they can either choose first pick or map pick. They opted for first pick for game 2. And Wood League has chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines. Let's see what we get here when we get back into our draft. Do we have anything interesting? No, nothing yet. We are just going to be having them consider, well, what do we want to get rid of here? Is it the Kael'thas? Is it the Artanis? Is it the Joanna? Because all of those are honestly good options after that last game. But you can't ban out an entire team, so you have to go with the things that you really didn't want to deal with. Ana makes a lot of sense. I don't blame them on that, whatever. Beautiful holiday, how are you doing, Fran? Also, for anyone wondering who might have joined later or whatever, we do have another best of 3 after this one. It's going to be at 7:30 PDT, 10:30 EDT, and then it's going to be Division C West. Can't counterpick stupid versus amateur opponents. So I hope you all join me and stay around for that one. That's going to be happening in about an hour and a half. So we'll hopefully go to game 3. That's what I'm just saying. I always want game 3s. Last night we actually had a best of 5 series that went all 5 games, and I'm like, yes, please give me those best of 5 series that go all games. Those are the best. Ana Zul on the right-hand side, Deathwing, and what coming out from the members of Wood League? It's going to be Tassadar, so once again, no Tassadar to be seen. God. I really want to, I haven't been able to cast a Tassadar since the rework. So they're going to grab themselves the Joanna first, though. Not bad. Strong anchoring tank. Able to get a lot of value for the team set up so much. Yeah, I don't disagree with this pickup whatsoever. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, I ordered Indian food for tonight. Sheer, please. It's just like, yeah, for Cinco de Mayo, I got burgers. Alright, so we have this Joanna here. Do we actually see another Jaina? Because the Jaina was really strong in the last game. Lunar could be an option for them as well. Her poke potential is really strong. They don't really have a healer picked on the left-hand side, but they're actually going to go for a Lucio Falstad. Okay, so they're changing things up on the side of Team Mana Frenzy. They're looking to have some quicker rotations, have some also engage speed and disengage speed. Sound Barrier is a really good kind of pause in the team fight, much like how we used to see Bunker from Blaze. I was actually talking with McIntyre last night about this, Blaze. Where is Blaze gone? It was, there and then just no longer. Forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. Honestly, the only reason I remember it is because of social media, and people were texting me. They were like, "Hey, do you wanna go have beers?" And I was like, "No, I have to finish my regular job and then go cast, because this is fun for me. Sitting around drinking beers on a Tuesday night with people that are very, very drunk, mildly entertaining to me." The right-hand side, though, they do need to ban. I would actually say just ban out another healer here, and they're gonna get rid of Anduin. Okay. Yeah. The Anduin Leap of Faith is going to be a really strong tool to kind of pull anyone out, because I think the Leap of Faith is they're expecting them to play some of their squishiers towards the backline, like Kael'thas, and they want to just speed into them and try and get past them. With the Joanna, with the Lucio, Falstad has some maneuverability, being able to poke into the backline as well. So I like that. I like that right there, but Malfurion's still up and available if they want to go into that. Stukov is another option I was just about to hit on as well, because Stukov ETC pair very well together. Sonya for the solo. I actually really like a Sonya on this map. Really good wave clear, really good camp clear, just overall strong hero overall, and I think a lot of people kind of sleep on her. She's just really, really impactful, and I think she checks a lot of boxes that people just kind of seem to not care for. I don't know, it's just like Life Funnel itself is such an insanely powerful talent at level 7. I've seen some Sonyas just live on top of Samuro players. That's gonna be an Asmodean Artanis. I don't care. I like this. I like this. I want Team Mana Frenzy to win. What do you like to drink when it comes to beer? Cheap beer, I do Coors Light. Fancy beer, I'll do IPAs and Pilsners. And then when it comes to alcohol, I only drink gin. Just because all the other alcohols don't really work out for me. I don't know why. What is the ETC Stukov synergy? So ETC can power slide in, and Stukov can also lurking arm underneath it. You have the zone potential from it as well. it's just a really good setup, and then later into Stukov, if they do go into it, they can go into the weighted pustule with the Lurking Arm stun, which is just more setup for the ETC. So you're literally stunning someone on a silence, then ETC power slides in, causing them to be CC'd, and then they, you know, you can mosh pit them. So it's just like Stukov and ETC pair well together because they set each other up, and they kind of they're nice complementary heroes. The other thing too is ETC kind of dabbles back and forth and kind of cycles into the friendly team here and there as well, and they also kind of group up a little bit, so spreading that push is a little easier as well. So there's just a lot of mostly the silence arm, basically. It's a lot of the Lurking Arm plus ETC power slide mosh pit, but there's other talents you can spec into that will amplify that synergy. But I'm super excited about this Asmodean pick. This is gonna be exciting because I'm just going to get all frustrated when they don't take the exact talents I want. ETC, KT, Stukov, Lockdown, Burst, GM. Yep, exactly, Zool rules. Well, let's go ahead and get on to the game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Wood League up 1 in our best of 3 series. Emtino is going to be on the Sonya. Cavalier is going to be on the Kael'thas. Josh will be on the Greymane. Droopy on the Stukov. And we've got Cyan on the ETC. By the way, just really quickly, look at this mount synergy. Can we talk about this? Hello? Mountain Skinergy? Anyways, on the right-hand side, we got the members of Team Mana Frenzy. We got Churuk on the Asmodean. Kelps will be on the Artanis. Ragu is going to be on that Joanna. Defiant Angel on the Lucio. And Tired Lemon on the Falstad. Let's look at our level 1s. Sieging Asmodean, huh? Greed. Greed at level 1, huh? More siege potential. A lot more siege potential. So no, Artanis is still solo. Wait, what's our solo at this? What is our lanes? Because Tired Lemon's up in top lane, and this is a Falstad with Bribe at level 1, or Wingman, if you will. You'd want them in your 4-member rotations because they need to be able to pick up as many minion kills as possible. Asmodean trying to stack in this bottom lane, gonna get a couple stacks right there, but they immediately dive out and they find the pick just a little too far out in lane and not expecting the enemy teams. That's gonna be double regeneration globes. Actually, look at this. ETC and Kael'thas already at 3 stacks on both of those. Just, it's a very, very strong start for them on the side of Wood League. But yeah, it just, if I'm looking at these lane rotations, I would be swapping that Artanis for the Falstad just to be able to get them in the lane. Plus Falstad would offer a little extra wave clear to amplify or at least help out the Asmodean, and I think that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Kelps is going to be rotating up here. Tired Lemon going to be cycling back down towards mid. Maybe they were expecting the Artanis to get like a mega swap in the beginning or something like that, but why not just keep the I don't know. Maybe if they win in Game 3, we can ask the members of Team Mana Frenzy why. Skinergy, yeah. I really like Wood League's draft for meta, but Mana Frenzy's draft for Spice, exactly. Like, there's so many good things that they check the box on the left-hand side, but this Asmodean, this Falstad, this Lucio, all this goodness here is they're actually forcing them off the point. Cyan is very, very low. Gonna find a power slide over to the right-hand side, trying to make their way out. There's the Lurking Arm trying to zone them back. They do find themselves an ETC kill. Dunk coming out from the Asmodean, trying to get a little extra stacking on that Kael'thas, currently sitting at 10 right there. Lucio at 180 on the party mix at level 1. 6 out of the 20 for the ETC and 7 out of the 20 for the Kael'thas as they're working through those level 1 regeneration globe quests. Both of those do cap at 20, but Kael'thas is uncapped. So that you can just keep scaling that one up as we talked about in the previous game. Artanis just managing top lane as best as they can. Falstad just going to be cycling back here, doesn't want to get caught out. Just going to join the friendly team, throw a hammering out. Slowly but surely they'll be, yeah, there you go. They get that one, and they're going to be able to have some mid lane pressure in their favor. Shrine will be activating for mid lane, will be a Mortar Punisher. Greymane grabbing this camp. I like the timing on this camp coming out from Josh, because this means that they're going to be probably pushing this into lane, and this will be finished out somewhere in the 250 mark, so that means it'll be jumping, and it'll be actually present in this lane somewhere in the 3-minute plus mark, and that's really what you want because of the fact that now Artanis or someone has to stay in the lane longer. You don't want to grab it and have it, you don't want to like pick this up at 2:30 because it's going to be here in the lane already, and they can clear it and there's no objective. So grabbing these later is good, but this is, in my opinion, is just a little bit too late. And I don't want it to sound like I'm harping on Team Mana Frenzy the entire time. It's just, I'm just pointing out some of the like the disparities, if you will, between the two teams, and little things. It's just like, all right, like they grabbed the camp at like 245-ish or something like that, maybe 240, and you can now see it's in the lane. Artanis is now up here clearing this, and the objective is up, and they're all getting themselves, all these Skeleton Defenders sitting at 26 plus. Their camp now just getting into lane. You can see it's 27 seconds later, so in that 27 seconds, that camp didn't even get past the front gate, or well, you know what I mean by that. It's just in front of the front gate. Sonya's already rotating up, and she's back in her lane. She's just going to do this while the rest of the friendly team sieges in through mid lane. Regeneration globes, I guess? No, I think they're going to do a triple split. They're going to have Punisher for mid lane, which it's not going to get that much value on its own. Its objectives, especially this first one, is not that powerful. This bottom lane, I think they should have just stuck with the Punisher realistically. If they had a Sylvanas, this would have been a really good call in my opinion, but without Sylvanas, this is just ETC. I mean, they do have a minion wave, but ETC and friends were tanking a little bit of damage at the start. Peeking up into the top lane, I just want to see how Emtino and Kelvs are rolling out as both the teams are kind of splitting and grabbing camps. No, they're just going for rotation. And experiences, Emtino is going to get swapped into the gate, but they don't go behind it. They're still going to be able to throw a little bit of pressure onto Kelvs, even with the armor reduction onto them. I do want to point this out, because this was something I noted last night, but it's also, and it was into a Samuro who went into Way of the Blade, so it's going to be negative 15 armor from that level 1 when they hit with the critical strike from the clones, blah, 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 all that good stuff. But tough as nails from Sonya, the 60 armor. So look at this right now. Oh wait, no, hold on. It only applies to heroic basic, yeah. Because I was just like, oh, it's so smart. But for the Samuro, it made sense. For that, I was like, wait a minute, that's so 200 IQ. It's like Dauntless on Yrel, but no, it's auto attacks. That's the one thing I kind of skipped over. 5-minute stacking on that Kael'thas really quickly. ETC 1 stack away as well, so doing a really good job on these regeneration globes. I gotta say, Wood League playing fairly well in tonight's matchup. Good idea in theory, they just need a wave. Yeah, I agree, Zulrose. Bronze League Nate, what's up, bud? Dunk coming out from Azmodan. There's a lot of damage onto Tired Lemon, who manages to get away. Azmodan is going to be going into Hellforged armor, so a little bit more sustaining on those lieutenants and demon warriors, but they're actually going to go into Master Destruction at level 4. It gets you a little bit of annihilation, but it's a little more. Well, I guess it's laser centric. It gets you some. We'll see how it looks. We have 60 stacks right now. They haven't gone for another laser in a little bit right now. This is gonna be 9-9 when it comes to our levels. We have this fight over the camp. Ragu is getting very low. The chain bomb value is blowing up. Josh so very low. I think there was a gravity lapse. That's, I don't know what. Oh no. They just went for the blade dash, or not the blade dash, for the double strike. Let's learn together. Twin Blades. I could not think of the name for that for the life of me. It was just that. I thought I saw them going in for an actual blade dash for a swap, but no. They went in for that just for the extra damage. Glad we have a new season. I'm loving season 9 of NGS. I haven't had the opportunity yet to cast any of E-League, but we will definitely do some of that. Maybe, you know what? Maybe if these games go short, maybe we try and grab one of those replays from different divisions. We'll see. We will see. We'll figure it out, but I don't want to call it too soon. It's 10s up on both sides. This Azmodan took a heroic that we're not going to talk about it. Bahamut Gaming, but we had a butt season. Butt spot. Exactly. But it will be 11 up on both sides. 2-2 in kills. A closer. Actually, it's a close match right now, but this Azmodan is in bottom lane. I do believe they actually have this vision. Greymane can see this, so they're just like, cool, let's invade. Mosh Pit coming out from ATC. That's going to be an interrupt coming out as well. Defiant Angel so very low. Sound Bearer will be used. That's going to be a Hinterland's Bless from the Falstad. I missed that pickup right there. Meanwhile, Azmodan just split soaking and split pushing, and this is kind of what their build does. But unfortunately, in these moments, you kind of need the entire team fight. Is going to be a Pyroblast? That might have been a misclick. That must have been targeted for Defiant Angel because they were kind of next to each other. Either way, they do get the Pyroblast and Tired Lemon, going to force them to tap 21 to 11 when it comes to the Skeletal Defenders, and Azmodan is just doing their best just to push in through this bottom lane as quickly as possible, try and get themselves a 4, and they should be able to get it here. I think they've got a decent wave. This is going to be Falstad bribing a camp. What are they looking at for stacks? 20% on the bonus Lightning Rod damage, but this will be second Punisher of the game, an Arcane Punisher pushing on in through top lane, and I don't expect them to forego it this time with the Punisher. I think they're going to try and push in all together. Greymane is going to be in bottom lane, but the fort does end up going down at the last second. Azmodan able to hearth out, not dying down there. Should be able to join the friendly team, but they're going to lose their front gate in the top lane. But Greymane, I believe, is showing on the opposing side vision. They probably saw the Greymane down in bottom lane for a couple seconds. Actually, you'll see them rotating the wave here, so they know that Greymane's down there, and they don't have to worry about that potential dive coming out from them, or Curse Bullet. Punisher actually should have a jump right here, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Yeah, it's I believe so. The first jump will be 5 seconds after it's summoned. It can jump. You have to obviously kind of have it leash to you or target you, and then after that jump, I believe it's 15 seconds after it. Ooh, it's either 10 or 15. I think 10 seconds. Now I say both of them and they both sound wrong. I'll have to count it next time we have a Punisher, or someone in chat might know. Because I know Mockery was the one who gave us the information, but Paradox might know as they find a dive. They're gonna tank a lot of damage there, but they'll be fine. They're actually gonna still take down the tower, and they get the kill onto the Asmodan. Currently at 92 stacks, we find ourselves into 13 territory on both of these sides. Gonna be going to that Brutish Vanguard. Artanis, ooh, getting caught out in the swap right there. Shield Glare does come out from oh wait, Divine Angel? Hinterland's Blast from the Falstead? They tried their best. Unfortunately, it did not work out for them. Next Punisher is going to be in bottom lane, will be frozen, so they're going to open this up a little bit further while they also do have a wave here. Thought it was 15. Thought it was 15? Okay. Because 15 sounds right, but when I say 10, I'm like, maybe it is? Because that Punisher seemingly jumped very quickly, but it could have just been 15 seconds. I don't know. I wasn't looking at timers, but either way, we have Frozen Punisher in bottom lane. We probably should be seeing that somewhere in the 12-minute mark in the game. So until then, it's going to be lane management, trying to stack up the Asmodan. We actually do have a pause. So let's go ahead and pull it back to Bandit 9, find out. Looks like we have a mouse problem, so we'll fix that in just a second. He's so tired today. Does anyone else's dog do this? Anyone else's cutie patootie sleep half on the bed and half just not? It is 15? Okay, thank you, Zool. Alright, so we got mouse issues. We'll wait for them to resolve those, and we'll get back into game. Till then. It's been back and forth. Like, Asmodan's been keeping the experience pretty healthy for the members of Team Mana Frenzy. Artanis is actually doing a killer job as well, not too far behind by 300 experience. Greymane has 8k. Dear lord. Sony was 7.7, so a lot coming out from the enemy team, but they're finding themselves a little bit in the experience gain on the side of Wood League. They're kind of up a little bit further when it comes to just their overall experience, and then they're starting to bust ahead as well with some of the kills that they're getting. Special Kid Miles, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Excuse me, thank you for the tier 1 subscription for 6 months. Dear lord.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
At Bahamut Gaming, oh hi.
Oh hi, Special Kid Miles. How you doing, bud? Thank you for the 6 months of support. Thank you for your continued support. Very much appreciated. I have folded up my towel by my feet because my cat likes to sleep half on the towel, half draped over my... That's adorable. That's very, very cute. Cat sleeps on back, good times. Zool, pictures, please. I need these pictures. Those are the most adorable things ever. All right, looks like we might be getting ready to get back into game. All right, let's swap in. Nope. I pushed the button. I'm the one who pushes the button. I'm the one who pushes the button. We're back into game. Either way, it's not. There wasn't really a team fight at the moment, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not like someone was about to hit the R key, and oh my god, ETC drops a Mosh Greymane with the with the Curse Bolt. There's gonna be a Gravity Blast from Calvor as well. They have the Sound Barrier from the Lucio. There's gonna be the Demonic Invasion out from the Asmodan. This ETC ends up going down. The Asmodan ends up going down. Emtino is just living in this backline with the spin to win, and that's just a 1-for-1 trade for that entire thing, and they still managed to grab the camp on the side of Team Mana Frenzy. Hello? Hard to photograph cat on my back. That's what the selfie sticks are for, right? That's why they invented those, to take pictures of your animals in hard to see angles, right? That doesn't sound right. Anyways, we have 16 talent here going to be coming in favor for the members of Wood League in a second. We're going to cycle through the numbers once again because it's been a little bit since we've seen those. And we also had that pause, so if you're just coming in and you're just maybe wondering about some of the stats or experience or even the healing numbers, we can get that in front of you in just a second, as both these teams are going to hit 16 talents here in a wee bit. This is intense. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. I see you. Very, very clever. Frozen Punisher for bottom lane. This is actually the lane that Azmodan did push out. I was about to say, pushing out a little further there is a little worrisome, but they're going to mount up, regroup with the team, and this is a dive onto Kelvs in top, and they don't have any idea this is about to happen. This is their vision really quickly. They actually have their camp stolen away from them. This will be Shrine potentially started. So they see that being popped up. Artanis is like, I need to dip. They're chasing into this, but Artanis is pretty hardy, so they're going to be fine for now. The rest of the team is going to be rotating up. I think they're looking to take a 16-16 fight. Unfortunately, not going to be the case, and ETC rotates down and it's going to start the Shrine. This is actually, I'm really surprised by this positioning and call in general, because like they were all here and ready to go, and they were ready to rip this and everything. Falstad will be flying down. This is going to be 20 halfway through. All these skillful defenders on the side of Wood League. Team Mana Frenzy trying to come in here and make something happen, as that's going to be Kelvs trying to dive in the back line. ETC doesn't have Mosh Pit for the next, well, no, excuse me, I just looked on the wrong side. Hinterland Blast coming out from the Falstad. Kayan is very low. That's going to be the Pyro Blast on the Lucio. They find a 1-for-1 trade, because I looked up and I was just like, wait, where's ETC Mosh Pit? I couldn't find it in the top bar, and then I look up, I was like, 120, huh? They end up getting the Artanis right there as well, and the weighted pustule, excuse me, the I can't think of it. Hold on. Healing pathogen. Dear Lord, the healing pathogen spreading that entire fight. That was so well played. Whew. Well, they're going to go ahead and find a triple kill, only losing their ETC over all of that. Punisher coming in through bottom lane, Dunk coming out from the Azmodan. They know that this fort's down and gone, so they're just going to back off and defend from their keep front gate.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
But then I need to own a selfie stick. That's true. I thought that's why we bought them. I never bought one because Bandit's not like in a awkward, like he doesn't sleep on my back, so I can take pictures of him being cute. Oh, Punisher doesn't get the leap over the wall right there. It ends up just kind of getting frozen in front. And this, funny enough, it's actually a frozen Punisher. They're going to go for the Blade Dash from Kelvs. There's going to be a Root. There's a whole lot of damage. Power Slide from the ETC. Blind's coming out from the Artanis. Sonya spinning, and that's going to be a Sound Barrier from Lucio, just a touch too late. They're going to dive further forward with this Punisher. Does get the lockdown in the keep. They're just going to go ahead and siege into that immediately. That will be the Demonic Invasion coming out from the Azmodan, trying to push back the enemy team. Unfortunately, not working out for them as the Dunk comes out and continuing to just do their best to push in this enemy team, or push back this enemy team, as they are pushing in and getting a lot of value. They did find that Artanis kill. A little bit of laser for a second there onto the Grey main, but now we rotate into mid lane, and we will be seeing spin to win from the Sonya and the rest of the team just grabbing the camp to add some pressure into mid. I would expect them just to back off and just grab camps on the top and the bottom, adding some pressure across the board, and they could probably just go ahead and grab Bruiser camp afterwards, and they'll be near the objective phase at that point by the time they make their rotations and manage whatever waves they actually need to manage. I think mid lane might be one wave they can catch, and maybe one in top lane as well. Oh wait, hold on. They're going to push in bottom lane. Or are they feigning that they are? Oh, they're setting up for a gank. They're like, cool, we're going to grab a camp. They're going to rotate. They're expecting them to rotate through here. There's the Power Slide from ETC. Everything comes out. Mosh Pit from ETC will be out as well. Pyroblast from the Kael'thas will be on the Falstad. Should be able to live through all that damage right there. They're going to be low, but they'll live through it. It's not like they had the nano boost onto them, which would have definitely gotten the burst they needed for that Falstad. Even at like full health, I think nano boost would have found the kill onto them. Dunk out from Azmodan, and now they continue to siege in through bottom lane, looking to open things up for themselves. Sonya does have Wrath of Berserker up, is actually just ended right there as the sword stopped burning, but they're going to just step onto keep, and she's going to tank some tower damage. Falls dead with the Hinterland's Blast. Another Demonic Invasion out from the Azmodan. Flailing Strike from Stukov to force them back. The keep still with 154 health. No, the Flame Strike from Kael'thas will be enough, and now they back off with that pressure in their hand in bottom lane. They can rotate into mid, get themselves the fort over here for free, and if anything, I would say they probably cycle around, either steal the Shamans on the right-hand side, or they go for their own. I think it's going to be a play for both, but they don't have 16s, or excuse me, they don't have 20s. They're still just, yeah, they're literally around the corner from that right there. We did just get to the greed being finished out, so now that they have the 200 stacks, they've got the increased minion attack speed and movement speed. And all shall burn, I believe. Sorry, if, range is increased by 25%. So maybe that's the big spike that they needed to be able to turn around at least some of these aggressive team fights. Maybe sieging a little bit more heavily. Unfortunately, the Azmodan is going to be down for the next 41 seconds. So until then, they're just going to need to defend against this as best as they can. Taking some shots from the tower just takes that out on the side, as they do have the Shaman Can't coming through as well as a catapult. What are catapults hitting? 308 right now for the catapults, about 17 minutes into the game. As the Mortar Punisher for top lane going to be coming up next. ETC just going to go get themselves a little extra experience in mid lane, as Kael'thas sits at 48 stacks on this Mana Addict at level 1. What is that? 720 extra mana on the Kael'thas. Their total pool is 1,410. So when they hit that mana, or when they hit the Arcane Barrier, I got quite a hefty shield right there. And I wasn't kidding when I said, 50 plus Kael'thas is in game number 1. We see it. We definitely see it here, as this will be objective started once again on the side of Wood League. Just peeking in the bottom lane. Kelvs and friends are just going to be looking to get to the 20. They're going to try and push in this mid lane a little bit. Falstead, what are you looking at for bribes? 20%, but they do have 3 right here, so they're going to get that. So it'll be 35% for them. They can actually bribe 1 more unit. Unfortunately, no other camps are up and available on the map, so they're going to have to try and step into this as they're halfway through. Falstead flies up. They did go into... Oh, no, I thought I saw the fly speed a little bit faster. They went into range increase, Nexus Frenzy, so it's attack speed and range. Wrath Berserker going to be popped by the Sonya right now, as they are going to be trying to step into this 28 out of 40 in favor for the members of Wood League. Defiant Angel going to be taking a Pyroblast, going to lose a lot of health right there. Rago's going to try and make it out. Hinterland's Blast from the Falstead. That is not, there's no upgrade or anything, so it's not going to get any sort of cooldown. Dunk comes out from Azmodan, just narrowly missing a couple players. Blade Dash as well. Ragu is going to actually have the Indestructible from their level 20, so they're going to survive through the damage from the Sonya. Tired Lemon's so very low as well. They need to make sure they don't spread that Chain Bomb around. Defiant Angel is spreading that around as they're trying to get closer to the friendly team to amp it up, as Sonya and friends will be able to grab themselves the objective. Funny enough, this is actually the opposite of what we see most Sonyas do. Sonyas are typically left on the shrine as the rest of the friendly team pushes in. Here we are seeing the opposite. They are chasing this, but with just the Sonya while the rest of the friendly team finish that out. Artanis does go down, and this is looking grim for the members of Wood League, as they're going to be pushing in through top lane, camp in their favor through mid. But they've got to deal with this Mortar Punisher 19 minutes into the game, and this thing's slapping for 205 in auto. Jump comes over, so they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting too fast. Either way, Punisher going to be coming on through. Yeah, I believe it is 15 seconds, because we should get a jump. Yep, there it is. Yeah, 15 seconds. Zul rules, you were correct. I just want, it's one of those things that, for science, I want to do it either way. Core is going to be besieged by the members of Wood League, and this is looking like game number 2 will go over in their favor. They're going to take our first best of 3 of the evening in a 2-0 fashion. GG. Well played.